Greetings, YouTube. I just beat the Master mode of Thanos, and I can confidently say quite proudly that I had 0 items used for the Master version. Cannot say that about the Uncollected, but I didn't use any units, so thank God for months and months of saving up revives, and also for friends who make YouTube tutorials to hopefully get some kind of idea of how to beat them. But I was asked after making the Uncollected bundle value breakdown if I could make the Master mode version of this, so it won't be a super long video, but I wanted to give you a heads up of just what I think regarding this bundle. Now, of course, the only way this is relevant to you at all really is twofold. One, if you're a free-to-play player. If you are not a free-to-play player and you don't mind spending cash, or you, like me, have a bunch of iTunes credit or Google Play credit saved up for swag bucks, you're just going to skip this offer real fast. But if you're a free-to-play player that maybe doesn't grind a lot in the arena, or you have just a little bit of units left over, this price tag on the surface is fair. Now, you compare this to the worst offer in the game, which is that 2,500 units for a 4-star crystal, and it's a joke compared to this. Now, it's pretty much a joke compared to anything. But you do get not only that 4-star hero crystal that pops up for 2,500 units, but you also get 5 energy refills, which we know are valued at 30 units apiece, or 150 units. 5 level 5 health potions, which I would also value about 50 units apiece. So that's 250 units of value. 2 greater champion boosts, which I would value about 100 units apiece. So that's an additional 200 units of value, and that's it. So 200 plus 150, that's 350. Plus 250 is 600. 600 units worth of value. If you subtract that from the price tag, you're essentially paying 1,950 units for a 4-star hero crystal and 1/4 or 25% of a 5-star hero crystal. Now, I don't think this is a very good value for top tier players, but if you get this and you do not have a lot of 5-star champions, and most importantly, these shards will put you up to where you can go from, say, 7,500 shards to 10,000 and you'll get a basic, I can see the value in this being pretty good. I'm never going to say this is a great value, but I do think it's worth noting that if you want to progress in the game and you are close to achieving like your 10th 5-star, why not? And this especially goes for people who have the units and don't have to spend any cash. If you have to spend cash for this value, click the X, forget about it, it's not worth it. But also note, this should only be achieved in the first half an hour. You can see that clock in the top left running down. I currently have about 25 minutes before the 15% off has expired, and once that goes from 2,550 to 3,000, it becomes a bad offer for basically anyone who wants to buy it in the game. So again, if you're me, if you've been playing for a couple of years and there's an easy way to farm 5-star hero shards and a 4-star hero is not going to do much for you, this is not a good offer. This is not something that I would buy. But if you've been playing for about a year, maybe a year and a half, let's say your rating is right under 100,000 or maybe between 100,000 and 150,000, and you don't have that many 5-star heroes, or most of your 5-star heroes are trash, which of course tends to happen with the RNG, then you're going to really want to consider this deal. The boosts are fantastic for in-game content and even for things like Alliance War and the arena. I actually would recommend this if you want to use the boost to help you do less fights in the arena for Blade in the second round, because we know he's coming back starting Monday. The energy refills, of course, help you clear content. That's just standard, and the level 5 health potions could also help you against the Thanos if you haven't beaten him, say, in the Uncollected mode. But overall, you know, 1 to a 10, 10 being the greatest deal we've ever seen, 1 being the worst deal we've ever seen. I'd put this at about a 4 for most players, and if you're a mid-tier player, maybe about a 6.5 maximum of a 7 value. So I hope that answers some questions regarding the Infinity Nightmare Master Bundle. Keep in mind, again, that you want to get this in the first half an hour, and you actually get to see this once you have beaten Thanos in the final boss battle. So if you think you might need this or want this, you do not want to do that boss battle until you have the 2,550 units saved up, because nothing's worse than forgetting that this exists and thinking, oh, I actually would have bought it, but I only have 50 units, because then you're either kicking yourself, or you're in that super terrible, almost like gambling addiction like state where you have to shell out some actual cash to get a deal, deal that you would have gotten for free had you just grinded and saved up. So I hope this video finds you well, YouTube. Thanks for watching. Remember, this is not a good value for most people, but for a certain segment of the game, and there are a lot of you who watch this who've only been playing for 6 months, maybe a year, if you can somehow get this deal activated and you have the necessary shards to go up to 10,000 for the basic crystal, I can see the value, and I just wanted you to be able to see that as well. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Good luck in everything in the game.